The Hard Break: The Case for a 24/6 Lifestyle by Edelheit. All work and no play lead to substandard performance. Overwork is the new normal. Many professionals believe that working long hours and pushing themselves to the point of exhaustion brings success. These Herculean efforts are not as fruitful as many people believe. Consistently burning the midnight oil is more likely to undermine your work performance, weaken your health, and corrode your personal relationships. Taking one day a week to disconnect from work and reconnect with everything else you value will change your life. Fortunately, a fix exists that allows you to work hard without incurring negative consequences. The ancient tradition of the Sabbath offers the practice of devoting one day of the week to rest and relaxation. Perform no work on your hard break day, and temporarily sever any connection, particularly digital connections, to your job. The United States suffers an epidemic of overwork. Work is taking over more and more of people's lives. Americans are working longer hours and taking fewer vacation days. Thanks to technology, they stay in touch with the office even when on breaks. According to a Bureau of Labor Statistics survey, more than 3/4 of Americans say they take no time to unwind. Overwork has become a status symbol. People once signaled their success by showing off how much leisure time they had. Today, they flaunt their packed calendars. People brag about working long hours and being on call when away from work. They believe this demonstrates they are important and indispensable. Business media fan the flames by glorifying driven, hard-charging CEOs and entrepreneurs. The Wall Street Journal, for example, recently wrote glowing profiles of executives who rise at 4 a.m. to get a head start on work. The Sabbath is your chance to focus on what is important in the long term, and to create a life with a principled foundation. Technology encourages overwork. With most work relying on communication technology, and with such technology omnipresent in every sphere of life, your work threatens to spill over into your personal time. When you peek at your email inbox, you often find yourself lost down a rabbit hole of work issues. Because it's so easy to connect at any time with colleagues, customers, or other stakeholders, vacations have become workations. Organizations and companies that rely on overworking their employees may not realize how many errors they are encouraging. A psychological characteristic, the Zeigarnik effect, may play a role in the inability to leave work at the office. The Zeigarnik effect refers to the mind's reluctance to abandon, even temporarily, any task that remains unfinished. As Jennifer Deal, a senior research scientist at the Center for Creative Leadership, points out, professionals are particularly vulnerable to this effect because much of their work has no definitive finish line. Excessive work undermines employee effectiveness and health. Hard work is essential to success, but working hard is not the same as toiling to the point of exhaustion. Scientific studies and analysis of statistics indicate that overwork instead leads to 1. Reduced productivity. Professor John Pencavel of Stanford University analyzed the productivity records of British munitions workers during World War I. 2. The data revealed that working longer hours hampered productivity. The workers' output was similar whether they put in 56 or 70-hour weeks. 3. Pencavel's research discovered that those who worked a 6-day week were 10% more productive than their co-workers on a 7-day schedule. 4. More mistake studies of medical workers found an increase of errors that associated with excessively long nursing shifts. 5. Statistics show that medical interns, truck drivers, and soldiers who work extreme hours are more likely to be involved in motor vehicle accidents. 6. Reduced effectiveness. Fatigue affects interpersonal skills. Studies show that a fatigued person tends to misread facial expressions, and is more likely to interpret them negatively and react emotionally to perceived slights. 7. Both responses are deleterious to those in leadership positions. 8. Poor health studies have found links between working excessive hours and coronary disease and stroke, as well as an increased risk of injuries. 9. Researchers found links between stressful long hours and depressive symptoms. 10. Weakened personal relationships. Overwork and constantly being on call disrupt family and social lives. 10. When you devote long hours to work, it's likely you do so by reducing family time. A weekly hard break can mitigate the ill effects of overwork. Fortunately, you can turn to a simple way of breaking out of the overwork trap, and it doesn't require abandoning passion for your work. The solution comes from the ancient tradition of the Sabbath. Solutions to seemingly intractable problems are often available if you're not too burned out to come up with them. Instead of striving after the elusive goal of striking a balance between your daily work life and personal life, observing the Sabbath institutes a hard break between work and personal time. Keeping the Sabbath doesn't mean you have to subscribe to any religious doctrine. It simply means setting aside one 24-hour period each week in which you refrain from performing any work. With this approach, you can devote as much energy and time as you want to your work for 6 days, but reserve the 7th day for rest, recharging, and connecting with family and friends. By pausing every week, you get the chance to become excited by what you may have missed. Emails, conversations, project updates, phone calls, business opportunities, and more. In the Jewish tradition, the Sabbath, Shabbat, in Hebrew, prohibits work between sundown on Friday and sundown on Saturday. Traditionally, the Sabbath was a time for visiting friends, being with family, resting and participating in religious activities. In a secular Sabbath, you can use the time not only to reconnect with the important people in your life but to pursue interests and activities outside of your job. A new generation of entrepreneurs is realizing that working on vacation doesn't make sense. Taking vacation time can reduce stress, improve cognitive function, and boost feelings of well-being. The drawback of conventional vacations is that the benefits fade within the first few weeks after returning to work. The hard break is like a small vacation that refreshes these benefits every week. A hard break can enhance job performance. Taking breaks has a pronounced effect on physical and mental performance. In professional sports, athletes used to play despite injuries or exhaustion. Now the sports world understands that stressing the body and brain through overwork is not the route to peak performance. For instance, football teams enforce time limits on practice sessions and demand that players get sufficient sleep during the season. Competitive rock climbers take up to 3 days off between big climbs. Champion climber Katie Brown explains that the time off allows her brain and body to rebuild so she is better prepared to meet the demands of a climb. Working hard and talking about how hard one works have become societal cues. The same holds true for work that requires innovative thinking. Entrepreneur Brian Scudamore, the founder of 1800 Got Junk, took advantage of this phenomenon when he instituted a weekly Think Day and another Free Day. During Think Days, Scudamore disconnects from the office and contemplates his priorities. On free days he does no work at all. But he says these days are productive nevertheless, because they allow time for the mind to find new connections between issues and give birth to creative solutions. Even when people do take vacations, thanks to the technology that now connects us 24/7, they aren't really leaving work. Research has confirmed Scudamore's intuitions about rest. People perform better on cognitively arduous tasks after they've taken a break to perform a less demanding activity. Scientists have found that the brain uses downtime, when a person is daydreaming or relaxing, to integrate memories and look for patterns in the information it collects. It continues to work on problems even when you aren't consciously thinking about them. This is why people report coming up with their best ideas while taking a shower or going for a walk. A break frees up time for personal relationships. One area in which a Sabbath pays big dividends is in your relationships with family and friends. A break day allows you to be fully present with them, without the influx of texts and emails that draw your attention to work. These relationships are central to maintaining mental health. Adopt the hard break Sabbath lifestyle gradually. Disconnecting from work and the nexus of email, text, and social media is a daunting undertaking. Follow these tips to establish a successful break. 1. Make solid rules. Decide on the basics. How long will your Sabbath last? The traditional 24 hours or an afternoon? Determine which activities you will allow during the break. 2. Take care when setting guidelines for technology. 3. Do you want to turn your phone off completely, or restrict its use to personal affairs? 4. If you go completely dark, Arrange ways for people to reach you in an emergency and strategies for contacting people you want to spend time with. 5. If your spouse has no connection to your business, leave his or her phone on during the break. 6. Start small. Make the Sabbath a habit. 6. People are most successful solidifying habits if they adopt them gradually by racking up a sequence of small successes. 7. Start with a limited goal, such as refraining from emails 1 day a week. 8. When you succeed at reaching a small milestone, you gain confidence and motivation to tackle larger goals. 9. Your primary aim is to rest, so don't fill your break day with activities, stick to 1 or 2. 10. Learn to overcome the need to be busy all the time. 11. Adopt rituals. Throughout history, people have used rituals to reduce the anxiety of stressful situations and to enhance the glow of happy occasions. 12. Ritualizing commonplace activities such as family outings, a walk or a nap allows you to enter into the spirit of the Sabbath. 13. Share a meal. Eating with loved ones is a simple yet powerful ritual. 14. A relaxed family dinner allows a rare opportunity to have conversations with your children. 15. By setting aside time for these activities, you demonstrate your values and priorities to your kids. 16. Go outside. Make an effort to get outside during your break day for walking, running, hiking, or cycling. 17. The exercise will benefit your body and mind. 18. Getting away from urban surroundings for a walk in a park or the woods can boost intellectual competence. 19. Taking a walk promotes creativity. It worked for avid amblers Beethoven, Leonardo da Vinci, and Albert Einstein. 20. Enjoy your break. Although you'll initially plan your Sabbath around what you don't allow, such as work, email, or texts, don't neglect activities and interests you now have the freedom to pursue. 21. Spread the news. Tell others about the benefits you find in taking a hard break. 22. You will help them improve their lives. 23. If your friends and relatives take their breaks on the same day as yours, it will be easier to spend time with them. A break offers the opportunity to contemplate life's big questions. Taking a break provides an opportunity to consider larger questions, to crystallize your value system and determine how to live in harmony with your principles. Spending all your time and energy chasing career success is a fool's game. A career provides the tangible rewards of money and the satisfaction of achievement, but it won't provide everything you need for a full life. Money is no substitute for fulfillment. In the U.S., per capita income rose dramatically between 1957 and 1990, as did rates of depression, divorce, suicide, alcoholism, and drug abuse. Take a hard break to focus on the personal, societal, and spiritual issues essential to a life that is well lived. Takeaways. 1. All work and no play lead to substandard performance. 2. The United States suffers an epidemic of overwork. 3. Overwork has become a status symbol. 4. Excessive work undermines employee effectiveness and health. 5. A weekly, hard break can mitigate the ill effects of overwork. 6. A hard break can enhance job performance. 7. A break frees up time for personal relationships. 8. Adopt the hard break Sabbath lifestyle gradually. 9. A break offers the opportunity to contemplate life's big questions. Please like, share, and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching.